Our next speaker is Masami Maeda. She is delivering her number 4th speech, and it's titled, "We Are Living on a Bomb." Masami just got back to California from Japan a week ago. She is getting a degree at Miss University in Mataso, which is basically teaching English for speakers of other languages. Masami's favorite activities are walking and hiking, and her favorite place in California is Big Sur. Let's welcome Masami.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. One night, while I was sleeping, I heard a noise as if in a dream. The noise getting louder and louder. Then my room began to shake. I was almost thrown from my bed. "Earthquake!" my father shouted from the downstairs. It was hard to work. I shouted, "Are you okay, Mother?" My mother said, "I'm okay, but it's really big. It's so big. Hurry up." My mother hugged me. We waited and prayed that earthquake would stop. I don't remember how long the earthquake lasted. It seemed to me more than 5 minutes, but actually only 20 seconds. We turned on the TV and waited for information. Soon the TV reported the magnitude of the earthquake in each area. In my area, Nagoya, the magnitude was 3. We said, "Only 3? Then we learned the center of the earthquake was in Kansai area, western part of Japan, not in Kanto area, eastern part of Japan, including Tokyo. Kansai area usually didn't have earthquakes." While we were watching TV, there was no information by Japan Meteorological Agency about one city, Kobe. I waited for information, but I had to leave for work. I came back to the teacher's room from the first period. Many teachers got together and watched TV. I joined them, and I was stunned. Kobe was totally destroyed. Smoke was rising from the ground. When I was a college student, I often visited Kobe with my friends. I remember this beautiful and sophisticated city. One teacher said, "Oh, I have a friend living in Kobe." Everyone looked at him. Then I saw a TV scene that I would never forget. The highway was twisted and collapsed for hundreds of meters. We became quiet. Some colleagues were weeping. So was I. This is called the Great Hansi Earthquake. It occurred at 5:46 a.m. Tuesday, January 17, 1995. More than 6,000 people lost their lives, and more than 43,000 people were injured. About 300,000 people were evacuated. The magnitude at epicenter was 6.8. There were $200 billion in damage, which was 2.5% of Japan's GDP. Japan lost her confidence as one of the highly developed countries. Japan believed that her architecture skill was the best in the world. But we had to see the reality. Many buildings and highways were collapsed. The city of Kobe was ruined. A week after the earthquake, when I was watching NHK, Japan National Broadcast, like BBC in England, one TV announcer was reporting the disaster. He said more than 6,000 people were killed by the earthquake. Then he couldn't speak. I thought, oh, his salary must be cut, because NHK is famous for its objectivity and the high quality of its TV announcers. They rarely make mistakes. While I was watching him, I found that he was crying. He tried to continue to report, but he couldn't. At last, he opened his mouth and said with tears, I mentioned 6,000 people lost their lives. But I don't want to express these people with the numbers alone. These people are living their own lives with aims and dreams. They are not just numbers. Even though the earthquakes were a horrible moment in Japanese history, there were some bright lights. About 300,000 people volunteered in each day. In 3 months, more than 1 million people volunteered. 1995 became known as the Year of Volunteer. It was said that volunteerism was not rooted in Japan, possibly because Japan doesn't have a Christian background. After the earthquake, Japanese people started volunteering actively. Another bright light was that no looting occurred. For the most part, people were calm and polite to each other. One French writer said Japanese people were living on time bombs. We don't know when and where the bombs will explode. We must remember that being in this world is precious. One man in Kobe said, I believe that the people who lost their lives live as a message. Live strong. I keep this message in my mind and never forget. Madam Toastmaster.